Is it on the win? If you can give us a summary of the game.
Well, the result expresses most of all the commitment of the players around the need of putting in practice a game plan, a strategy, to be loyal to themselves, committed with the hard work and the values that the team has established for us to live. So that was basically what I asked from them, that to think a little bit about how they wanted to see themselves in the end of the match, how they want them to think about themselves, how they wanted people that they love to look at them, and how they wanted them to feel about themselves. And I'm pleased that the boys took inside the pitch these values. They understood what they had to do and how they committed themselves with each other. That's how you get results in this level of games where the opponent is also very strong. So a sense of responsibility that was from the first till the last minute inside the four lines of the pitch, and because of that we won.
Thank you, Coach. We take questions from the floor.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the massive victory, well deserved. I think you saw that there was a lot of good players that showed their class today. But you speak about a player such as Marcelo Allende. He's a player that when you watch him play, you don't see him. You see the game, you watch the game, you see him play. He's a player of moments. Moments lead to memories. How happy are you with a player like that? Because he seems an invincible player in the center of midfield.
Thank you for your question. I think today was a game played by high quality players in both teams. We had a hell of a game. Wonderful to see. Very well played, with a lot of tactical demands from both coaches. A lot of changes in the plans, strategically wise. So the way we faced the beginning of the game, but also how both coaches tried to give answer to what was happening in the pitch in order to give tools so that the players can express. Then individualities can appear, as you highlighted. Marcelo is a team player, 100% a team player. But we have more. I'm so happy to have Marcelo, like I'm so happy to have all the players we have in the group, because the way and the steps we did until now, they come from many players that had to express themselves. Some of them are injured, some of them were on the bench, some of them were out, some of them even played today this key team, so that again on the next one we can have players that will express themselves individually. But there are no good teams without good players, because good players they give light to the collective work, of course. But also is under the idea of team that these players also appear and express themselves better. Ryan made a wonderful game. We tried to take him out so that he could not receive a second yellow card, and we took him out because of that. But also due to the strategical approach we did from a certain moment on the game in trying to give answer always to what was happening. So very good individual performances, but I think all the players performed in a high level because they committed to the values of the team, and they played their games individually under the idea we had for the game, and that brings the team up, supported by the quality of the individual players we have, of course.
And then Lorenz.
Yeah. Congratulations, Coach, on the victory. I think it's 11 goals in the last 3 matches. We made it 16 when you include the Nedbank Cup game as well. Also, when you look at the goals, different variations of play, what can you say about the progress that you've made, especially in the space of scoring more goals, keeping more clean sheets, or minimizing conceding?
Thank you. Interesting question. We don't work the different moments of the game isolated. We try to connect the moments of the game as much as possible when we train. So, because we believe that a team that can defend good can attack better. A team that can be aggressive when don't have the ball, pressing as much as possible, also is a team that can win from there a lot because can gain balls in order to express quick attacks. But we try to be balanced always. The approach we do on the team development is to be always balanced. It means that when we attack, we should consider how the other team can harm us. And today it was clear. We had to be very clever on this moment because it's a big must or plus from Pirates. We knew that the moment when we would lose the ball would be a very critical moment. We had to cope with that. And because we did it so well, also we could then express ourselves by having the ball, by committing with the spaces, by managing the width, the depth. And the game gave different moments. There were moments that we had space on the back. There were moments we had space on the opposite side. There were moments that we were so pressed that we had difficulties to cope with the spaces and to use the spaces. So the way we see the team growing is, as much as the team understands where are the spaces the best the team can express, and that's how individual qualities should appear, to give expression to that I'm speaking, exactly, to think how they individually, by the technical capacities they have, they can play the balls on the spaces and profit from that. So basically, the development of the team has been happening in a daily basis due to the hard work that the players do. I will continue to tell you that we don't have a lot of time to train. So basically, in the moment we have around 30 training sessions, and from those, many of them are recovery training sessions for the players that play more regularly. Obviously, then tomorrow, or the day always after the match, is a day that we work a lot with the players that don't play so much on building. That's how we try to get all in the same level. But the development of this team has come from the investment the players have been doing on understanding the ideas, how they look the videos and we analyze the things, how we prepare tactically the games. Because look, this game with Pirates was prepared in 20 minutes. We had 20 minutes in the pitch where we didn't run, we just positioned the players. When the ball is from there till here, and then when we win here, or when we win in different moments, what we do. And then video analysis, and then team meetings. And that's how we prepare that, because there's no time to train. If you put the players to train, they will not arrive on the games with conditions. So basically, we didn't even exercise in terms of physical questions. It's just position ourselves, 10 against 10, ball is there, the goalkeeper, what they can do, how we have to cope with that when they play short, when they play long. Then they will be building up free with the goalkeeper, what we have to do. When they will be higher, already without the goalkeeper, how we should press them. When we'll be in low block, how we should press them. Then when we have the balls, how we start from the goalkeeper, what kind of areas we can introduce in the game. When we are building up with free, when we'll be higher, when we lose the ball, what we have to do. So, but just positioning the players, there's no way we can exercise. So the development of the team is very hard. So or we commit ourselves with strong values, and we try to influence each other to follow the plan as much as possible, and we can progress, or the team will be teared apart. So this is the effort we need to continue to do, because guys, from now on, gents, our worry is on Tuesday. We have a big responsibility on Tuesday's match, as you might imagine, because after we win Pirates, the responsibility increases. We made a wonderful number of points after the first half of the championship, but there's a second half to play. I told it before, I keep saying, the championship is far away from being finished, very far away. But now, each match we play, we can close it more and more and more. But there's a lot to go. So we just got a small advantage that we should respect. And to respect that advantage is give our best. And the best is already Tuesday. So that's what I spoke with the players already in the locker room. We cheer up, we celebrate, but there's no time to big parties. So please go home and sleep, rest good, because there's another match. There's another match on Tuesday. And the responsibility becomes bigger and bigger, because when you win, you get responsibility. When you win, you get responsibility. And the biggest responsibility comes from the shirt we handle, that obliges us to be on our top performance. The past speaks for itself, and we must be on the height of that past.
Coach, and you mentioned that you prepared the team in 20 minutes training session to prepare for Pirates. But it's very rare that Sundowns have less than 40% possession and less than 300 passes in a game. But you had 9 shots on target out of the 12 taken. Was that exactly how you prepared them to play? Let Pirates have the ball, because the opposition coach said that you guys were more efficient, created more quality chances, obviously. They had, I think, also the same amount of shots, but not quality opportunities.
Yeah, no one prepares a game, or at least we don't prepare a game to have X percentage of ball possession, because that doesn't exist. What we prepare in the games is to have the ball as much as possible, control the game as much as possible with the ball, but to be clever on coping with the moments. And the game was very clear. We started pressing very high. Due to that, we created our opportunities. So there were no big moments of ball possession. I believe that ball possession expressed in time will be by short bursts. And then the result became 2-0, and from there the game has another expression. We also should respect what's happening on the other side. And when you get up 2-0, it's normal that there's a strong reaction from the opponent because the opponent has a big quality. We are not speaking about any teams. We are speaking about probably in the moment, or for sure the moment the table says that, the two biggest, or not biggest, but strongest teams. And it's normal that the Pirates would have a capacity to react. And they did. And mostly after halftime, they changed the structure. They surprised us a little bit. And when we were about to make a correction on the team, they scored. But I believe that we had to keep the plan. So we made the substitutions in order to balance the team, and also we scored immediately after that. And so I think that it was very beautiful because of that, because the tactical changes that were made during the game changed completely the pattern and changed the way we had to approach. And from there, after we made the 3-1 with the time remaining, it was to close the game. I think we could profit from more situations. It becomes slippery. It was difficult for Tashrik and Maseko to deal with the runs because they are very light players and they could not really sustain up on the pitch in a couple of moments we had. But a big respect from the game that both teams did. It was a wonderful game in terms of tactical approach. I spoke before also that this would be an interesting game to be broadcasted abroad because it was a high level game in terms of tactical approach, in terms of technical performance from the players, in terms of ambience. I'm very happy that today we gave a big moment of pleasure to our fans. But I hope, because I saw everybody partying in the end, this spirit, sports spirit, this fair play that we have in South Africa is so beautiful to see. So I wish everybody arrives also home in safe and that everybody profits, because for sure from a wonderful football game.
Fans,
No, thanks, Ruby. My question was almost similar to yours, you can say.
Fans, sorry, yeah.
As coach on the victory, you've previously, and this is for lack of a better word, but you've previously criticized some of the pitches that you played in before. Just your thoughts on today's turf.
Immediately when I entered the pitch for the previous match or pre-match press conference, when I looked at the pitch, I said I felt that the pitch was not in good conditions, and I said that on the pre-match press conference, not press conference, how we call it, interview. So even before knowing what would happen in the pitch, I said it myself, and I keep my word. For me, as better the quality of the pitches, the best football you can get out of it. And for our team, for sure, because we suffer from pitches like this. We suffer. So I'm not naive or to say that when we go to play away we have bad pitches, because not every time, but in some places, yes. Mostly I spoke on the pitch there in Polokwane where we play. There the pitch is very tough. But also the approach that is done, because I can confess you, during this week, every day I received reports on the works that were being done on the pitch. Our team of people that are greenkeepers, they were here every day working on this pitch. Otherwise, it would be even worse. But there are things we don't control. We don't control the events that happen here. We don't control the games that happen here. The stadium is not ours. So it's not our responsibility because the pitch is like this. We fight to have it better. We paid to have it better. So we work on the pitch to have it better. And in the end of the game, I don't know if you saw, I was in the pitch speaking with the greenkeeper, and he was already explaining me what kind of work he's going to start tomorrow. Because he's going to remove all the dry turf. He's going to work on it and plant 60 kilo of new seeds. So we are working on the pitch, believe me. And at halftime, he came to ask me, should I water the pitch? And I said, no, it's enough, because it's very slippery. With more water, it will be worse. So we work as much as possible for the quality of the pitches. I defend as much as possible the quality of the pitches, because we want to play good football. We want to defend the spectacle. And I don't speak one thing one day, I speak another one. No, I keep my word. Even it's our home pitch. I even said to people from the club, from now on, except the big games, I prefer to play Lucas Moripe. So, just for you to understand my approach.
Coach Mazwala from SABC Sports. Can I get your assessment of Jaden Adams? You were very clear after he signed for the club that, you know, despite the price tag, whatever, no one's just going to walk into the team. But you know, he's the coach. You can give us a better opinion. But you know, most of us think he's settled in quite well. You know, the games that he started and scoring, and even you know, a game of such high stakes against.
Very nice question again. What I said, I keep it. When a player comes to our club and faces a group of players that have quality, he needs to perform every day. He needs to perform in the training sessions. He needs to embrace the spirit of the club, the spirit of the team, the values of the team. If he does it, he will play when the chances are there. And Jaden and others like Lucas and Matthias is also doing his way. They embrace the spirit, so the coach gets more calm, something like, okay, fantastic, adaptation is done, because adaptation, when you have quality, is something that comes very quickly. You just need to embrace the reality, relate with the others, accept what's happening, so and then really share the values. And they share the values of our locker room that are very strong. We don't accept lack of commitment with the values, and lack of commitment with the values can take you out of the team. Commitment with the values of the team will put you in, because we know the players have quality. Then it's a moment we give one opportunity and they take the opportunity. If they take, they can continue or they will play more. If they don't take it, obviously the coach needs to work more with them, because also it's my responsibility to put them on the level of performance. But they need to share the values, because that puts them one step ahead on being able to adapt. So we try also to shape character, and Jaden showed character, so we put him to play naturally. He's a quality player, you know that. You knew that before me. So.
Coach, what is it that has helped you to hit the ground running? Because you came in as a first position for the team. And if this is what the Sundowns team can do when you haven't had a moment to really work on with them, what are they capable of doing when you have time to install your philosophy?
It was not easy, and it's not been easy in my life. I confess to you, it's not been easy. This week I was more tired, more anxious, less empathic with the people, more stressed. So yesterday afternoon I took a nap. When I had arrived in the hotel, I said I cannot continue like this, because I'm pressing the people. I'm not smiling. Because it has been so tough, so hard until now. And when I went on dinner at 7 o'clock, I was feeling myself renewed. And the work was done, the preparation of the game basically was done. So when we made a meeting yesterday after dinner, I felt it's so energetic again. I had a wonderful night, and today in the morning I felt I'm full of energy for today. But it has been very hard, very, very hard. A lot of work, a lot of hours to work, many commitments, many interviews, many things to do. So not a lot of hours, and nights have been small. Nights have been very, very, very small. But things go better when you have people that help you. And the structure of the club received me with open arms. The players received me with open arms. They understood they have a man of character in front of them. They understood they have a man that works for them. And they started giving their best from the first day. And it's more easy to establish relations. And when emotions are the positive ones, things then can be more easy. And that's, I think, what happened. We committed ourselves with a way to do the things, with one idea, with the values that we established for ourselves. And when we do it with a little corrections when we need, everybody goes along and it's more easy. But a lot to do still, a lot to do. The team has to grow. The team can be better. We know that we'll have our downs also, because there's not always flowers on the way. Sometimes you have also spinners or spiners, things that are not so good. We'll take as much rocks as we possible from our way so that we can go forward. And as I said today to the players, why to be normal when you can be the best? And this is the question. So today they gave an answer. Let's continue to focus on the attitude we need to have in order to continue to be as best as possible. And that is already Tuesday. Tuesday is the most important games of our lives. Really, but really, really. because after you beat Pirates, you need to perform well on Tuesday. So it's now our job to make it.
We'll take questions from people that have already raised their hands. We'll start with you, Skepe, then Shawanala. If your question is answered,
Coach, at Esperanza you had, I think, 2 Brazilians there, if not more, but I mean, attacking players there, I think Rodriguez and Jan Sass, and they made, I think, big differences in matches. It's not necessarily a comparison, but when you look at what they gave you and what you are getting now with the Lucas Ribeiro, does it surprise you at what he's doing and the fact that he is here, Lucas, and also with Pirates? Do you see them as, I mean, today after you played them? In fact, not even do you see them. How do you see them in terms of the title that you are saying that it's far from done? Yes. But in terms of their play and so on, does it give you more to think about? Did you get to learn more about our football with them?
Thank you. Regarding Brazilian players, obviously that when you speak the same language, you can connect with the players. But for us, English is the way we think, and now we don't think. Sometimes I'm in the bench, I speak with Fabio, and I'm speaking English because now we speak English. Even in our meetings, you have to speak English because we have the other coaches that are locals with us. And let me praise the coaches that mostly Steve Compella and Coach Capelaya, Kennedy. Also the fitness coaches that work with us, Matias, Sindiso, the analysts, because they were also very important in the way they received us. I don't know if you noticed, but I was in the pitch, the players were singing with the crowd, with the supporters, the fans, and I went to give a hug on each of them and said thank you very much. Because there's no coach without a big team behind him. There's no coach. I discuss a lot with everybody. We make our decisions in common, but there's no coach without big men behind. It's like there's no big man without a woman when he's married. A good woman behind, or a wonderful woman. Thank God I also have mine. But really, 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 it has been very important to have these men around me. Very, very important, and they know. So that also is a positive energy for us in terms of settling down. Players are like the other ones. It's about emotions. It's about connecting with them. It's about the man that is behind the player. It's trying to challenge them, trying to push them, trying to and when they start to give answers and they feel that what we tell to them and how we work with them also makes them better, they also feel energetic to reinforce the behaviors. I think Lucas can arrive even in higher levels in the future, because now we see a Lucas much more committed with the defensive process, and that also brings things from him. Today Lucas made him a goal from the position 9 when we decided to swap the positions between Peter, Ikram and himself. So as you saw, Ikram was playing with Peter in the front in the beginning, but then we changed them. We put Ikram closing the left, Peter on the right, and Lucas as a number 9, because we wanted to also provide different challenges for the defenders of Pirates, and he scored from that. He understood how to deal with the position 9, so he's growing as a player normally. Regarding Pirates, big respect. It's a team that has how many years already working with Jose? Almost 2 years work with him, yeah. So second season, and he's doing well. He makes a wonderful job. The team is strong. They will give us problems on the league for sure, because they will not give up. The difference is small. A lot of matches still to play. We have to play away. We have to play Kaiser Chiefs. We have to play Stellenbosch. We have to play big set of matches, so a lot to do. As much as we respect ourselves, as much as we continue to do the things in the right way. If anyone, I will not allow. But if anyone takes the feet out or up from the accelerator, he will go out of the team. Because I will not accept any kind of different attitude rather than the one we have been having. And I think they understand that, so let's continue to do, because we have a lot of challenges. But we have ambitious people, so let's hope we can continue to make the right way.
Shemu, then Kamu, then Katia.
I'm looking at you since you arrived in South Africa. You've like one of my colleagues said, you've hit the ground running. what do you make of the general standard of our football since you've been watching the games? And looking at your personal tenure at Sundowns, we know that Sundowns is more about the Champions League, winning the Champions League, Club World Cup, participating there. Any other big club, because I mean, you come into a club that has won the league trophy 7 times. There's nothing new there for them and their fans. They want a bigger stage. How are you planning to take them there?
Yeah, that's exactly the question. When you think that because you won 7, you don't need to work hard to win 8, you're dead. You are losing already. When I was in Esperance, they also thought that the championship was the one every time. But when I went there, they had lost the previous one. So to win the championship last year in Esperance was tough because they were not the champions. At Waldo Sale were the champions because they thought the championship was easy. When you do that, you do a big mistake, and it will be tough. Believe me, it will be tough. It will be tough. And we don't think about Champions League. We don't think about the World Cup. We do our schedule according to what we have to do. Believe me, yesterday I was so pissed off, because we had a day to think about the World Cup when we should be thinking about Pirates. I was not happy, believe me, because I know what we have ahead. And for us, ahead is always the next match. So I don't think about Champions League at all. I don't think about the World Cup. I just have to cope with activities that allow us to prepare for these moments. But our daily life, next day. So today we analyze, we see the context, we take decisions to win tomorrow. And tomorrow is the training session, to win in the training session, to grow. So that then we win the next game. Because the way you're going to arrive on this moment has all to do what you're going to do until then. And or we do it well so that we arrive there strong, or we'll be ashamed on those moments. And we don't want to be ashamed on those moments. We want to be on the level of what is expected from us. Because the demands will be very high. And it will be details. Also today it was a game of details. Because we scored the third goal in the right moment. But it could happen that if we don't score in any ball, if Pirates make a draw, then the game can change. The game can change. You should respect the game that you are playing all the time, a lot. That's how I see professional football. Big respect for everybody, big respect for ourselves, and hard work. For me, everything on my life came from hard work. So that's why I tell the players, please work hard to make yourself proud and your families proud. And after that, if everything will go well, the sense of responsibility is taken. So that's why yesterday I could take a nap, because I knew that the work had been done and well done. So after, just cope with the rest.
Gama is covered, so Katlego, the last question, please.
Okay, cool. Short one, Coach. I know you say it's just one game, but would I be wrong in saying this was a statement win? Because in some instances, it had the characteristics of a Champions League game. This game, the way it was,
No, it was an amazing game. Really, it was an amazing game. If you wanna go home and watch the game again and try to understand how the coaches changed the game or tried to change the pieces in order to create problems, and how we had to give answers to each other, for sure you will see that it was a wonderful game. Because this is the level, when the level of the players is high, they can also allow us to make this kind of things. So wonderful game.
Statement to win, Coach?
No, important win. Not statement win, important win. Most of all for us to believe ourselves more and more. Statement win will be in the end when we win the championship. That is a statement. Until then, it's just respect for yourselves. If you don't put the feet on the ground, you're dead. Because I love that expression. You hit the ground running, yeah? Yeah, but my feet don't do why. They keep that low, very low. Very, very low. I know my responsibility, and I will not let no one around myself to not take things serious. I will not allow. Let's hope I can keep it, and let's hope we can cope with the responsibilities. But now it's time to cheer. We should be happy with the victory, important victory, of course. We should celebrate the moments when we win. But I told the players, please celebrate today, but sleep well. Don't lose time. Don't go out to lose your time, because you need to sleep to recover. Because recovery, good nutrition, they should be eating right now. They ate in the pitch immediately. and the way, of course, victories, they also help to recover. So that's the energy we need to have to continue our way. But a long way ahead. I know the responsibility that we have here. But we'll cope with it.